Thank you. Thank you. This is very embarrassing. But first of all, it's an honor to have Walt introduce me. Now can I have the first slide, please? Well, it's a real honor to receive this award from NFID, particularly with the people in the room who have such prestigious backgrounds. But I'd briefly like to recognize some of the mentors who influenced my life. We all have had mentors, we all are mentors, but these individuals have really been advisors, teachers, role models, and now many have become friends. The first is my wife. I do what I'm told from the most wonderful woman in the world. And our son Andy is here also, and our daughter Maggie could not attend, but she's here in spirit. Now, when I was in medical school at West Virginia University, Pat Joseph and I are both from West Virginia, there's two of us here, I was required to participate in a research study. Well, I had no idea what research was as a first-year medical student, but I was lucky enough to wander upon Dr. Gwendolyn Hogan. She's a pediatric neurologist, so I spent the first summer doing research, and then any additional time that I had, I spent in the laboratory working on hypernatremic dehydration in rabbits. And Gwen really taught me the mechanisms of inquisitiveness, always ask questions, the real scientific basis of what we do. And I will always appreciate Gwen for that. She also prepared me for a role in my career of pediatric neurology, which of course was changed. So then I went to Washington University in St. Louis, and there are two people there that were very influential. One was Dr. Bert DuPont, Dr. Philip Dodge, and the other was Dr. Ralph Feigen. Dr. Dodge is the father of pediatric neurology in the United States. And Dr. Feigen, of course, was a well-known pediatric infectious disease expert. He's unfortunately no longer alive. Ralph was the mentor that changed me from going into pediatric neurology to pediatric infectious diseases. And it really shows how a mentor can change your career, and Ralph certainly did that. Then I wandered off to the University of Texas Medical School at Houston and MD Anderson Hospital and Tumor Institute, where two people were instrumental in my career. One was Dr. Bert DuPont, and the other was Dr. Rodney Howe. Bert, of course, is an internal medicine, infectious disease expert, one of the world's experts in diarrheal disease. And he let me work with him for 3 years on traveler's diarrhea in Mexico. Then I was a co-PI with him on a 6-year grant for the establishment of an infectious disease enteric study center. Rodney Howe, or Dr. Howe, is a metabolic geneticist who Joe and I and Mimi just had supper with in Miami a month ago. Under the direction of Dr. Howe, I submitted an NIH program project grant for the role of human milk in infant nutrition and health. The study site was in Mexico with Guillermo Ruiz Palacios, and there are several people in the room that really contributed to that. Dr. Ardith Moreau's here, Kitsy and Dr. David Newberg, and Winnie and Dr. Jason Jang. Now, these are people that I've worked with for over 25 years, and I really am very happy that they took the time to come to this event tonight. The program project grant was funded for over 20 years, and largely in part because of the outstanding individuals that were involved in this grant. Then after several years, it became apparent to me that I was spending an increasing amount of time in public health. I always thought that public health was something nebulous. It wasn't real science-based. It was nebulous and things that people did. And being around individuals like Walt and others in the area rapidly changed that mind. As Walt said, I was lucky to have worked with the Red Book Committee, and George Pater, who is at our table, was the editor of the Red Book before me and taught me everything I know. And George, you were and still are wonderful. Worked with the Infectious Disease Society of America on several ventures, including the immunization guidelines and the diarrhea guidelines that Andy Shane and I are currently working on. NFID, Board of Directors, I'll repeat these things again because the NFID is such an important organization. I served for a while as the Board of Directors and as a treasurer, and currently in working with others in the room on the program committee for the vaccine course. During this time, I had the opportunity to work not only with NFID, amazing people, but many others throughout the country. Then I decided, well, I think I'm going to go down to the CDC. I'd thought about this for a long time. Marty Myers had talked to me about this when he did his sabbatical, and I said, okay, I think I'm going to go down. I went down and visited Walt, who I knew by name but not personally, and then there was no question that I wanted to go to the CDC and work with Walt Ornstein. And I did. I went to the CDC, into the National Immunization Program, was there for several years, and then Walt left. He went to the Gates Foundation to continue his role in polio, but luckily he's back now at Emory. So the point really is the course of my career. I've been very fortunate to have many mentors who were, as I said, advisors, teachers, role models, and many of them have become good friends. I just talked to Dr. Hogan last week, and she sends her regards and wish she could have been here. But the friendships that you develop from being and having mentors are absolutely phenomenal. So finally, I think I'll stop. I've probably come near to my time, but I accept this honor, and I'm very grateful to the National Foundation for Infectious Disease for this award, and to all of you for attending this wonderful event tonight. Thank you.